Hello, Pokemon fans. This deck was recently featured on Pro Pokemon, so I built it and tested it out in a couple of different matches. Um, so I guess I'll go over each of the cards with you. The deck features Darkrai EX. It can be an attacker, but the primary reason that it is in the deck is because of its Dark Cloak ability, which allows you to retreat for no cost and is very powerful. The Night Spear can come in handy, but it does require double black and a colorless. It's pretty good if you're going up against, say, a Thunderous EX, although I also have a Sock in there for that, because it is resistant to Psychic, but it also has that fighting weakness, which the Sock is good against. If you get your one energy for your Kick of Righteousness and you're going up against a Thunderous EX that is trying to ramp up its Lugia EX, then that helps out quite a bit. You just put an energy on it, does 50 damage times 2, which would be 100 damage. Put that Muscle Band on there, that's 120. And if you have a Virbank City Gem and a Hypnotoxic Laser, that is enough for the knockout on the Thunderous EX. It sounds difficult to get together, but it's not too difficult. And if you don't run into Thunderous, then it's something great to pitch for a Dowsing Machine or an Ultra Ball. One of the stars of the deck is the non-EX Yveltal, primarily for the Oblivion Ring or Oblivion Wing, but the Darkness Blade does come in quite handy at times, especially with the free retreat cost. Yveltal EX, as you can see, I'm running 3 of those, and well, the deck that I saw in Pro Pokemon is running 3 of those, and it does come in quite handy. The Y Cyclone comes in handy more than you would think, especially if your Yveltal is getting ready to get knocked out. You can move some energy around so that you have your next play ready to go. The Keldeo EX is primarily to get rid of status effects. You can just dump one darkness energy on it, rush in, retreat, and then start attacking normally in case if they get the Hypnotoxic Laser on you. The Bouffalant, I'm sure all of you are familiar with this card, and it's very good against EX Pokemon. With a Muscle Band, you're going to be dealing 140. It's rare that that Pokemon's going to get a Muscle Band on it, but it is there for those EX Pokemon and also Pokemon that have Safeguard. But your primary way of dealing with Pokemon with Safeguard is definitely going to be Yveltal. Bicycles are relatively self-explanatory. It lets you dig a little bit deeper. This deck's kind of designed to go as fast as possible, so Bicycle can definitely help you out. The 4 Dark Patches is just acceleration. You try to dump them with your Dowsing Machine or with your Ultra Balls, your Darkness Energy, so that you can Dark Patch and accelerate. I've been testing between Computer Search and Dowsing Machine, and I'm still not sold on it. Based on the amount of cards that you're going to be discarding with your Professor Juniper or your Professor Sycamore, whichever route you decide to go, the Dowsing Machine does seem pretty handy for that. Energy Switch, also pretty self-explanatory. If you think something's going to get knocked out, or if you just want to build up a good Evil Ball with your Yveltal EX, then that definitely helps out. Hypnotoxic Laser, there isn't much else you can say about that. If you're playing against a Virizion Genesect deck, it's a bad card, typically. Sometimes you can try to get around it, but a lot of times it's just pitch for your Dowsing Machine, Computer Search, or anything of that nature. Pokemon Catcher I'm running 2 of because a lot of the decks since the errata on Pokemon Catcher are relying a lot on kind of building, even this deck is relying a lot on building up a Pokemon that's on your bench, so it can help, if you've got some Darkrai Night Spears in, and you've got something that's close to getting knocked out, you can try to catch it in. But the coin flip does make that card much, much worse, of course. Professor's Letter is one of my favorite cards that has come out of this set. It makes your draws a lot more consistent. And as you can tell, I'm only running 9 Darkness Energy and 1 Double Colorless, but those 2 Professor's Letter combined with all the draw cards that are in this deck definitely help out a lot. Random Receiver, if you haven't seen it before, it just gets a supporter into your hand. Ultra Ball, lets you search out whatever Pokemon you need. If I can get rid of that. Okay, there we go. In I hope everyone is familiar with. It does start to lose some value in this deck pretty quickly, unless if your opponent can get a knockout, which is why this deck's only running 3. But late game, it can help a lot by just decimating your opponent's hand, especially if you already have control. I am running 4 Professor Sycamore, try to increase the likelihood that I will get it with my random receiver. Shauna is a pretty good draw card. It doesn't make you lose all of your cards like your Sycamore Junipers, so that definitely is very helpful. And the Verbank City Gym makes it so that your Hypnotoxic Lasers deal 3 damage instead of the normal 1. Muscle Band, pretty much every deck in the format now is running a pretty good number of those. And we've already been over the energy, so let's see how this deck does.